We're streaming live.
All right. Hey, everyone.
Hey, hey, hey. How's your day going,
Hey.
Cersei?
We are just jumping on here again. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good.
All right,
It's
here we
Friday,
are.
right?
Oops. Yeah. I'm going to try to see us in here.
Okay. Mm.
All right. Okay, did we just pitch? I think we just came out for a second there for some reason. All
Might
right.
be a
So we'll give a
notification.
couple seconds for some people to come on. We are streaming in Facebook,
YouTube,
LinkedIn, and YouTube.
LinkedIn. Mm. We were on Instagram this morning.
Yeah. So hopefully we can see the comments that come in.
Yeah,
And
I
all
can
of
see
them.
them on my end.
Okay.
All
You could
right.
see them
Got
for
a
all
few.
the groups too.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone posts anything, I'll see it. Yeah. We got a few
So just
people
say hi
watching.
where you just
Yeah.
say hi where you're tuning in from so that we can see you. But we're just jumping on here just to check in with you guys. We were on Instagram earlier this morning and we were just talking about we were actually not sure why we keep chipping out, but we were reading a section from the book and talking about our health being a gift.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. And so we were just coming on here. I don't know if you, yeah. So we were just reading from the book. We wanted to just check in with you guys and find out, have you bought the book? Have you just put a note in the comments?
This is the book. This
But
is
we're going
what
to
it
go ahead
looks
and read
like.
a little bit from the book again today.
All right. You want the same section or the a different one?
Yeah, I think we should just do the same thing. The
All
same
right.
thing,
Okay. All right.
probably.
So this is actually in the journal for week 3, meeting our needs with God and not food. It says, your health is a gift from God. You are given one life, one body. When you honor God with your health, it opens you up to demonstrate love, grace, and compassion to yourself and those around you. Reframing your health as a gift awakens your antennas to receive and embrace the belief that God needs you healthy so that you can walk out His will for your life with excellence.
Yeah, so we were just talking about this idea of our health being a gift. I think, you know, most times we kind of take our health for granted. We just assume that our legs are going to work, our mind is going to work, our body's going to serve us for as long as we can think it's going to serve us. And sometimes it's not until something happens or we're not feeling well do we realize that, wait a minute, I really need my health. I really need to feel well to function. Like, you don't realize how bad it is until you know what it's like to be sick, or imagine that just chronically. It really drains your zeal for life. And so I think if we can come with the approach that my health is a gift, no matter where you are right now, whether you're feeling
Mhm,
great, whether you're already um, in a situation where you're trying to heal your body, or you're trying to get better, or you're trying to overcome high blood pressure, you're trying to lose weight, but that you would in this moment just realize, wait a minute, my health is a gift. Because I
mhm,
think it's going to make you, if you're somebody that feels like you are already healthy, it's going to make you keep that status. And then if
mhm,
you're somebody who's trying to get healthy, it's going to help you, drive you to do that as well. So it's a mindset that I think you have to program yourself to think about it, like, wait a minute, do I value my health? Do I see it as a gift? Do
Mhm.
I honor that gift? Do I cherish that gift? Or am I taking it for granted and just assuming that I could do whatever I want and my body's just going to serve me, which we have to admit our body does an excellent job in serving us, even despite some of the things we do to it. But sometimes there is a breaking point.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. And I think when you really take that to heart, that it is a gift, and
Mhm.
you start and you know what's good for your body and what isn't good for your body, you start to become more aware and more conscious of the day-to-day choices you make,
Mhm.
with food and how you move your body and all of that. And so, really embracing that concept that your health is a gift, really helps you to fully appreciate that. So if you know, for example, eating kale is good for my body, it's good for my heart, it's good for my bones, it's good for all kinds of things. And let's say you're not the biggest fan of kale, you're more inclined when you think of your health as a gift, you're more inclined to open yourself up to, still eating kale and enjoying more what it does to your body than
Mhm.
being overly concerned that it might be a little bit bitter to your taste buds.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the more you actually start to like that bitterness. You acquire a taste for it. That's just another way of saying you acquire a taste for it. Um,
Mhm.
but it comes back to that concept of your health as a gift. And when you were talking, Cersei, it reminded me of an injury I had, last year,
Mhm. Mhm.
with my ankle. It was kind of like when I couldn't walk, it was like,
Mhm.
hey, I really need that body part.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Yeah.
You really you because you do take it for granted a lot that everything's always going to be working all the time. Now, fortunately, my injury was an acute injury, meaning it's not a chronic injury that I'm having to live with for the rest of my life. But if you are in a situation where you do have a chronic issue, a chronic
Yeah.
condition, like obesity or type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, high cholesterol,
Mhm.
that's brought on by lifestyle. The good news is that a lot of times, oftentimes, that condition can be reversed with a change in your lifestyle, and that involves fueling your body with the right foods, and that's what this book is really about. It takes a spiritual focus on
Mhm.
eating right, and that's why, we say you should only do it once, because the
Mhm.
idea here is obviously make it a lifestyle.
Yeah, and sometimes that might be just the one mental shift that you need to get started to just realize my health is a gift. Like, this is something God has given me to be a steward over. Sometimes
Mm,
it's just that one understanding, like, if you really get it, can shift your whole life. Hey,
mm,
Mindy. Mindy said that's true. It could shift your whole perspective because a lot of times the barriers to our health is really in our minds. It's really
mhm,
not, can we eat healthy? Can we exercise? Can we move our bodies or whatever? Or can we change things around? But the limited beliefs that we have around whether we can't or we can is usually what's holding us back, not the thing itself. Because once you
mm,
start taking an action, a small action towards your health, and the great thing about this book is that it gives you a roadmap on how you could use the Daniel fast to really just jump all in and really
mhm.
jumpstart your health. And so sometimes it's just that mind shift that you need, that wait a minute, this is a gift. Like, I need to cherish it and I don't need to wait until I don't have the thing anymore before
Right.
I start appreciating it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of times we wait for the medical issue to get so bad that you're kind of trying to deal with it then, when you could, you know if you embrace this before it becomes an issue, then you can potentially stop it in its tracks. But
Yeah. And
yeah.
sometimes, guys, as crazy as it is, It's a change of heart because sometimes it may, for some people, that ultimate crisis still may not do it.
Yeah.
Because you still have to come to grips with certain things that's coming from your heart, like it's your mind and your changing of thinking, that there's so many people that have had heart attacks and I've seen them go back to eating what they normally eat, or just going back to their exact lifestyle. Or I've seen people who've been diagnosed with certain things and they've just gone right back. So it's not even a guarantee that you'll get the wake up call. So that's why it's more about changing from within and not waiting for an external force to try to change you, but to say, what can I do to change the way I think and what I could do now inwardly? And that's just always the best way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got Vanessa tuning in from Macon, Georgia. Hey,
Hey,
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Macon is not too far from me. Macon
Ah,
is like maybe like 3.5 hours from me, Macon. Yeah.
oh,
I
wow.
always stop at Macon when I'm heading to Atlanta. It's like my stopping point. So okay,
Uh,
Mindy says, watching my weight drop daily right now and really excited about what that means for my continued health and diseases I won't get.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
exhilarating when you
yeah,
see the changes, when you
yeah,
put, like, when you do certain things, and when you are like this book outlines, when you are eating
yeah.
like Daniel and you start to see the benefits, you start to see the weight come down, you start to see the blood pressure come down, you start to see all of your numbers go down. It is exciting
It
and
is
it gives you
exciting.
fuel to keep going. And that's the
Mhm.
good thing, that's why you have to just get started so that you can begin to make headway. But a lot of times, if we don't ever start and we don't stick it out long enough, we never get to that point where we now start to get the benefits, and then we can keep as encouragement and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what this book does is it gives you a roadmap to making healthy a new lifestyle by really inviting God into your health journey.
Mhm.
And then the journal, which is a part of this book. So you don't have to buy a separate journal. The journal is already included in this book. It walks you through 4 weeks and helps you do that inner work so that it sticks, so that after the 4 weeks, you don't go back. Because that's
Mhm.
really the goal here is really just do it once and be done with it. And that's just your new
Yeah,
lifestyle. So
yeah.
that journal is that inner work that you can do to really hone in on those strongholds that have kept you back in the past, that have kept you
Mhm,
yo-yo dieting
mhm.
over the years. And we all have stories of experimenting with different diets or cleanses or whatnot that, weren't sustainable, weren't really part of being a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. So,
Mhm.
that's what this book, it gives you is basically everything you need to kind of just take charge of your health. It's just about getting it, reading it, read the forward too. We talked earlier
Yeah,
this
don't
morning.
skip the forward. I know a lot of
Don't,
times we do
yeah,
that, but
yeah.
yeah.
Read the forward. Reverend Aaron Robinson from Mount Welcome Baptist Church in Atlanta wrote the foreword, and it is absolutely worth the read. And if you go through this page
Yeah,
by
because it
page,
sets the stage for the book. Yeah, it
it
sets the
does.
stage.
It does. It really does.
Mhm,
And do that inner work in the journal in there. If you really do this the way it's intended, you're going to be a different person coming out of this.
mhm.
So yeah, we got Mia here tuning in from YouTube. I'm
Oh,
hoping
nice.
this will really serve as a reboot for me to be more consistent.
Yes,
Yes, Mia.
yes, and it will, Mia. And you know what's really awesome about it too is that you're going in this thinking, I just want to lose a few pounds. I just want to reset my life, health wise. But you come out on the other side with a lot more impact than you're going to imagine,
Hmm.
because you don't realize that when you really change your health, you show up differently in your purpose. You show up differently as a mom. You show up differently as a wife. You show up differently even in your spiritual practice, because now you have more clarity spiritually, mentally, emotionally. It's a reboot beyond just what you're thinking. And a lot of times I know that from my personal experience, I was just doing the Daniel fast to do the Daniel fast. And I had no idea that it was opening up, you know, it was opening up so many other things in my life because I didn't realize that by me getting healthy, that it was going to unlock and allow me to show up at a better version of myself. And once you start showing up as a better version of yourself, that's a game changer across the board. It's your job,
Mhm.
it's your purpose, it's your ministry, it's your daily interactions with your neighbors, it's your obedience to God, it's your spiritual ears being able to hear direction, it's your emotional stability, right? It's
Mhm.
your emotional regulation, because now you're not pumping in toxic foods that have you bouncing off the walls, but the food is not only healing your body, but is also um, giving you a spiritual reboot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so she says here,
Mhm.
that's what I'm hoping for instead of just trying to drag myself through it. Yeah,
That's
Mia, we've
it.
all been there,
We've
believe me.
all been there. And you know what? The dragging yourself, and you know what? And this is why we're going to come back to this idea that your health is a gift. For so long, we thought our health was a burden. Oh man, I got to go to the gym. Oh man, I got to eat this broccoli. Oh man, and it becomes it's torture. And you could only be in the torture chamber by your own will for so long before you just say, I'm out. I'm opening the doors to this madness and getting out of here. But that is, again, part of it. And this is what the book allows you to do, is to shift your mindset to see your health as a gift and to then embrace the joy that comes with that. Because
Mhm.
really, it's a privilege and an honor to take care of our bodies. It's amazing that we could have access to food that grows out of the ground, that have the fingerprints of God. It's amazing that we can move our bodies, not just in exercise, but being able to walk and being able to sit up and stand up and being able to just move around on an everyday basis. And so this book kind of peels back the drudgery, in the sense that it gives you a new perspective
Mhm.
on your health. Like, it's not about getting through this. It's about um it's about being alive, and being a steward over what God's given you, and seeing your health as a vehicle to everything else in life that you want to access. You know,
Mhm.
people always used to say, it's not, I want to have money, but it's not the money, it's what the money can give me. It's the freedom that the money can give me. You always hear that in those money workshops and stuff like that. But it's not so much. No, but seriously, like, it's not like you want money just to have it, but you want what money can give you. It's the freedom, it's the
Right.
being able to have choices. But the thing is, when you think about your health, a lot of times we box our health into, oh, I just want to fit back into these jeans. I just want to feel okay again. And you don't realize it's not that, it's the access that it's going to give you to a more vibrant life. You are going to
Right.
have more options,
Right.
more than money can buy.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you could have all the options in the world when you have the cash in the bank, but if you don't have the wherewithal to use it and to enjoy it,
Yeah.
it cancels out even the money, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great point. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. I mentioned this
So,
to you. I'm looking at doing a remodel in my kitchen, and one of the persons on the team was
mm,
asking me about, because I need a new refrigerator. The one I have is on its last legs. I mean, it's like over 20 years old. So, um, but she asked, she's like, "Do you want, ice to be coming out of the, how you have the top door and the bottom drawer
mhm,
with the freezer that you pull out? Do you want
mhm,
to have
mhm,
to bend over to get the ice?" And I just thought that was a weird question, like bend over to get the ice. What's the big deal? But
mhm,
what it
mm,
said to me is that she works with people who have trouble bending over to get ice out of the
yeah,
freezer. I mean, that was really what
yeah,
was at the heart of why she asked me that question.
yeah,
And
yep,
it's just a small little everyday example of, how your
perspective,
health
yeah,
just
mhm,
plays into like just how you live your life. And
mhm,
And that's what this book is. We're trying to help people. Dr. Furman said it best. I mean, he's got his endorsement that this book, Daniel Fast, can save many lives if embraced by many. And that's really what we're trying to do, is save lives, but also just have a high quality of life. Having that quality of life is where you can really live out that purpose that God's called you to do and be ready for what comes next. So we do hope that it becomes a blessing in your life, that you pick up a copy, it becomes a blessing in your life, and that you could share it with others as well.
Yeah. So do we have any more comments or anything else?
No, I think that's it. We've been on here 20 minutes, so I think we're good.
Wow, time flies. I didn't realize
Yeah,
it
I
was that
know. I
long.
didn't. Yeah. So it's a wrap for today, but we'll be back again. And pick up a copy. The link is in the description of this video.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All
See you
right.
later.